Hello and welcome. This is Nibs TV and this is the life experience where we inform, educate and empower. And I'm super excited to have you here. And as always, I'm never alone. My name is Lynette Wagacha.
My name is Sonny Mburu and I'm also very excited to be having this show. This is the life experience. You know, life itself can be very hard and you need to know how to navigate through. That is why we have life experience where we give you information, where you get educated and of course you get inspired and learn that no matter how hard it's gonna be, you have tips on how to navigate. So today we are talking about mental wellness and we will narrow down to depression, and we have a very amazing guest in studio who is a mental health advocate and also is a teacher here at Nibs College. Welcome very much, sir.
Thank you so much. My name is Waithaka Marwa and I'm a mental health advocate and I'm also an ICT lecturer here at Nibs Technical College.
That's awesome.
So we like getting lively in this show, and today we are going to get a little bit deeper as we talk about depression.
Okay.
And for starters, according to you, what is mental illness and how can one be stable in it?
All right, thank you. So once is to appreciate the chance to come and talk about mental wellness and mental health, because you realize that we have a lot of cases that are going on and we also are narrowing down to what is mental health, and we would want to take a brief and try to understand what is this that we are referring to as mental health. So, and basically as we are looking at depression, and of course depression will term it as a mental state or as a state of mind whereby depending on what issues you've gone through, either they have pushed you so hard and you've become like you totally depressed in your life and in your lifetime and in your lifetime, and then we also be looking at some of the depressors that are, what are these issues that are causing depression, or what is these things that are driving you into this state of mind called depression.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So you mentioned depression.
Yes.
And I have realized, according to my interaction with people, there are people who have just a small stress, if I may say, like maybe mmekosana tu na mtu kidogo, and then you'll hear them say, niko depressed.
I'm depressed.
Yeah, and then you wonder, do these people really know what depression is? So maybe to just, you know, to get the definite meaning of depression and how it is different from stress.
Well, I would say stress is a smaller percentage of depression. What I would say, we all have some issues that are stressing us up, because you often find this statement whereby people say, I'm a bit stressed, or I'm a bit stressed up with a few issues here and there. But we realize that when you have so many issues that are bothering your mind, so many things that are bothering your state of mind, then it will end up, or it may lead into being depressed. And depressed is now a deeper condition whereby now you're feeling like you're even getting away from your normal lifestyle, and you're now slipping into deeper realities of life, whereby now you've become like you're withdrawing things, you're withdrawing from people, you're withdrawing the talks, you're withdrawing the language, you're withdrawing all issues that you wanted to participate in, and so that leads into a depressed state of mind. Yes.
And some of the signs of depression, like we know just a few, and maybe hizo zenye si who notice, it's when it's way beyond, like ile time it's like sasa iko imezidi. So what are just some of the common signs zenye mtu akiona they can now tell that I need help, it's like I'm getting into depression?
Well, I say sometimes you look at people and you know we all participate in so many things, and you find maybe once I was jovial, I'm no longer jovial. Perhaps there's something bothering my mind, perhaps there's something that is disturbing me, though I'm not open and I'm not even saying it, but if you look at the person, you can be able to tell there's a difference between this person that I knew and the person that I can see today. A lot of people you find out here, you will always tell so and so no longer talks, so and so no longer participates, so and so no longer does this, because perhaps you've gone into a situation or you've gone through depression kind of, and then you have withdrawn from the things that you used to do, or from the way of life that you used to have. so many things may happen, and then you find that you're no longer the person that you are. So those are some of the signs that you may look and you start telling so and so needs some help. Others withdraw, others become like they're sickly. Someone doesn't want to even wake up. You know, a situation whereby you feel like you don't want to wake up today. You feel like you still just want to spend in the bed. There's nothing, you're not sleepy, but you still feel like I don't want to wake up because perhaps you don't feel like you want to go out there and see the world because you're feeling like the world itself is crumbling. So if it's crumbling down, you don't want to see anyone. You even don't want to meet people. You've seen instances where people withdraw from people.
Yeah, sure.
So you used to meet and participate in things. Nowadays, I want to stay alone. And you find people, they want to stay alone. They are lonesome in a way. Someone feels like you're living in your own world. You're not participating with others. You're not, exchanging or sharing with other anything. You're just alone, and you feel like you want to live your own life. Yes.
But you know, like the thing with people who are depressed is that they totally don't know they are depressed in the first place.
Yes.
So I think that's the reason they isolate themselves from other people. Like, how do you like, how can you be able to help someone who like they are totally depressed and they totally don't know whatever is happening to them?
You know, with stress and depression, we all are human beings, and oftentimes we don't first of all want to accept.
Yeah.
Very rare you'll find me accepting that I'm going through depression.
Sure.
Very rare. Very rare you'll find me that I'm going through stress. I will not accept easily. But then you'll always look at people and see so and so is going through a certain condition. Maybe perhaps this person needs help.
Yeah.
And we say the first process or procedure for healing of any disease or any kind of condition is acceptance.
Okay.
The moment I accept I'm sick, I will need to seek for help. The moment I accept I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And nowadays there's a statement that is going around where you're saying it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because you realize that you will always be saying okay. Instances are, and the society is, that anytime I ask you how are you, you'll tell me I'm fine. But deep down within you, you're going through so many things and so many life issues, but you don't want to tell me.
Yeah.
Because perhaps I've not given you a platform where you can tell me. Recently, I was writing a small article on trying to create a mental health awareness and say that be a person where you can you can be talked to. Be a person where you can listen to someone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can share. Sometimes you can help. Sometimes people do not even need a lot of help. They only need someone to listen to them. I come and I talk to you. You listen to me. When you give me a listening ear, then perhaps I'll get the help I needed, because I needed someone to listen to me. And you see a lot of issues that are going around in the society today is that people will say, I didn't have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Why? Because perhaps you are so busy. Someone will tell you, I want to tell you something, and then you say, I don't have time this time around, so can we talk later?
Yeah.
So that this can we talk later, it may grow and grow, and then you realize later on you've lost someone.
Yeah.
And then you start saying, I wish I listened to that person, or I wish I talked to that person. So those are issues that we will maybe be looking at and see how can we help each other, because the purpose of our show here is to try and create an awareness and maybe try to reach out and try help as many as possible who will be going through these issues. But the very first thing, as I said, is acceptance. I accept I'm not okay. That way I'll be able to receive some help, or that way I'll be able to get the help that I need, or the help that is needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But you know one thing about these people, they are not aware they are going through this mental illness and the depression that they have. Like, they are not totally aware, and there's no way you can seek for medical attention where else you don't know that you have the problem.
Oh yes. When we have instances like you are not aware what is going through, and that's why we talk of the power of a community. The power of a community means we are looking at the society, the community, the surrounding where you live in, the environment that you stay in, or the people that you live with. They should be able to tell so and so is not good. Can we seek help for that person? Because that is the power of a community.
Yeah.
We all not live alone, but we live in a society, we live in a community, and there is always power in community.
Yeah.
When we can see so and so needs help, can we raise the voice? Can we speak up? if they don't speak for themselves, can we speak up for them? So that we say so and so is not going, it's not living the life that he ought to live,
Yeah.
or so and so doesn't seem to be okay nowadays. So can we reach out and see? Sometimes it's even a visit.
Yeah.
You go and visit, and you know, when you visit someone, you can tell by the surrounding whether someone is depressed or whether someone is stressed.
Yeah.
Because the way of life where you're living, I can come and look at the entire, even if it's your house, I can look at the house and say, this person,
Joshua Vyombo.
this person is not okay. You know the way of life.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes you look at even dressing. You look at person, the way you've dressed, you're not okay. Because this isn't the person I have known for long.
Yeah.
This isn't the person I have ever seen wearing smart, wearing nice, decent. But nowadays, and you see, for example, I give maybe a rude example. When we look at the people that we call madmen,
Yeah.
you know, it's a state of mind also. But one thing is that they don't care about cleanliness.
Yeah.
Because they are not concerned about
Yeah.
that. It's not in their state of mind now,
Yeah.
because it has gone. So when you start looking at the person, this person used to be a very clean person, no longer clean. This person used to be a very smart person, no longer smart. This person used to be a very smart, you know, a very organized person, no longer organized. So those are signs that will be telling you someone is going through a state of mind,
Something,
or something is not okay with that person. So we can reach out and try to see, can we help this person? Can we try to understand what is going on with this person? Can we see how and what help can we offer to this person? Because some are just, you know, some therapies, some talks,
Yeah.
some counseling, and you kickstart your life back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. You know, I've learned something very important, that when someone reaches out, it's very good to be available. In as much as you might be having a busy schedule, just let them talk to you, because they are actually people, me included, at times even just chatting someone and telling them how I feel, in as much as they might not offer help, it kind of relieves me, you know. So you have talked about how at times when you're depressed, you don't want to shower, you don't want to be neat. Is it that wanafeel ni kama their world has stopped? Ama what really triggers some of these? You know, like maybe you expect atakuwa akotuna huzuni, but maybe ataoga, maybe atatandika kitanda. But now it gets to like haogi, hatandiki kitanda. Those who have kids, they don't even take care of the kids. What really makes them do all that? Is it that wanafeel dunia imeisha, that it's a wrap, or what?
You know, sometimes it affects your state of mind.
Okay.
So that means you're no longer okay. So even things that you used to get concerned with, you don't feel like, it's okay now. If showering, I can shower tomorrow.
Wow. So in short, wanna procrastinate
Yes,
too.
so you keep, and by the time you realize you've gone for 5 days, you've not taken a shower. So by the time you realize it has taken 10, it's okay now. I can stay without even showering. Nowadays, I can even live without showering.
Wow.
So making the bed when I wake up, I will make it tomorrow. Today I'm not feeling like making the bed. So again, you do the same tomorrow, do the same the other day. Then by the time you realize the bed is okay, even if I don't make it.
It now becomes a norm.
And you'll always be convincing yourself, in fact, it's my bed. I'm the one who will come and
Ni
sleep.
kwangu.
No one is even checking for me. In fact, I will come and sleep on the same bed. It's mine. So whether I shower, it's me. It's my body.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting concerned. So they don't get concerned with such issues. And it becomes a bother.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother them no more. Because if I can live without showering, that's okay.
Yeah.
Whether I eat or not, it's okay. But it is a condition. And that's why we will also need to look out and reach out to a person. If we feel so and so it's starting to be, portray such behaviors, then it's a high time, before it gets deeper, we reach out to that person and see what are the issues that are bothering and disturbing you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Lynette, before you go, you mentioned about these people like being alone. And introverts also like being alone.
Yes.
Does that mean like introverts are more prone to depression than other people?
Well, it could be, but you see, that is a personality.
Oh yeah.
And maybe someone is ideally like that. There are those people who, even in organization, we say there are people who doesn't want to work in a team. They want to work on their own. But there are people who cannot work without a team. That means you must be in a team.
Yeah.
Perhaps they want to be feeling like they have the people surrounding them. They are able to motivate them to work. But this is a personality. But there are other people, when it becomes now to a state of mind.
Yeah.
And you start feeling like, I don't want to be associated with anyone. Today, I feel like I want to stay alone. And that's why people, those who are going into depressions and a lot of deeper stress, you will find that they don't want to talk to people. Because perhaps there is this concern that if I talk to people, they will start talking about it. By the time. So anytime I get out of the house and people see me, they will start saying, this is the person that is going through this. So because of that, they want to say, let me stay alone. Let me hide myself. And you keep off from other people. And you withdraw from all other things. So you know, you start getting deeper into a certain condition whereby you now feeling, I don't want to be associated with anyone. I just feel like I want to live my own life. But it's not a life that you are living. If ideally we check it correctly, it's not a life that you are living, because how you are living, people are also concerned. This is not your life. Because there is a way we have grown seeing you. There is a way we know you, but now you're going wayward. Yes.
Okay, as we have talked about depression and mental illness, is it true to say that you start from stress, depression, then you go to mental illness, like your brain is just dormant, then the last stage you just go to schizophrenia? Yeah.
We would say at times, you know, every one of us has a level of stress.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say live, and especially with the society we are in today. I wouldn't say that you are devoid of stress or you are immune to stress. No, every one of us is going through something that is stressing you up, and that's why it's becoming a common thing. People saying that I'm stressed up. You know, this thing is stressing me up. So sometimes it may grow and start getting deeper, because if it's affecting your mindset, if it's affecting your state of mind, and it's becoming too much of a bother, then it will start growing and growing. By the time you realize you have this one that is bothering you, then you are hit with another one that is also bothering you, and another one is also hitting you that is also bothering you. By the time you realize, you've gone deeper, and then you start getting into depression. And depression is whereby people feeling like there's nothing working for me. So it's like I'm a gone case. But you see, we are saying depression, it's something that is treatable. We can get back the life of that person. And we, retain and we give you back the life that is there. If we all can join hands, that's what I was saying about the power of a community. If the community, the society, can take these people and we feel that we want to help so and so, then it becomes the power and it gives the drive where we can change the life of that person.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, I hope you are learning a lot. I'm really getting a lot that I never knew before. So we are still not yet done with this topic. We are going for a very short commercial break. And then when we come back, we have a lot more lined up for you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, and if you just joined us, karibu sana, and this is the live experience, and our guest is still in studio. You can also communicate to us in all our social media platforms, which is the live experience, and also on our SMS line, which is 0748237023. Yeah. And as we continue, Mr. Marwa, and what are the forms of depression as we are going to talk about, so that you can be able to encounter on what people are going through.
So when we are looking at depression, as we said, is a state of mind. So it may take different forms depending on what is affecting your life. And at times you may find that people are withdrawing. So one may be a withdrawal. So that means if you used to work and you used to be, these people who are proactive, hardworking, they are always active in maybe participation of event, participation of works, and any other. But then you find that this person has no longer interest with any participation. So one, it may take a form of withdrawal. Withdrawal means you withdraw from everything. Social life, spiritual life. I was looking at a certain gentleman giving an issue or giving his story and saying that he would want to go to a church service, and then he sits in the church. Then he looks at the pastor and feels like the pastor is not saying anything because that person is not there. So, and went for a few Sundays, and then he later decided, I am not getting any help because that person deep is going through depression. But then there's nothing that is feeling like he's coming out from the church service. And others may take forms of where people are going through anxiety. So you're anxious about so many things. So the times we start talking about something, you are anxious about that thing. You hear someone is visiting you, you're anxious about something. You know, anxiety. You're feeling all the time, you're not settled. You're feeling like, what is the next thing? You hear people are coming to you, you want to ask, why are they coming to you? You want to visit someone, why are we visiting that person? Why are they, must they come here? Those are some of the issues that we normally get. And you know, when they start coming too much, they will automatically lead to depression. And you start feeling like, I no longer want anything.
You know, I'm shocked because I have social anxiety, by the way. It's even those important events that you have to attend. You're just seated and you're like, hakuna kitu ingine naeza fanya nikose kuattend. And now that you've mentioned that it can lead to depression, you mean anxiety is that serious?
Yes, anxiety depends on the level of the level of anxiety that you have. Of course, each one of us has a level of anxiety. We are anxious about something. You know, even the good book, the Bible, tells us do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, commit everything into prayer. But we also have a level of anxiety. But when it becomes too much, it becomes a bother. So, like for example, you're saying you may have a social anxiety. And social anxiety, sometimes it can even lead to you don't want to see people. You don't want to socialize with people. You don't want to cooperate with people. You don't want to share with people. When you go to events, you just want to sit on your own corner because you're feeling like the people are boring you. Or the people are, you know, interfering with your own lifestyle. So it's a social anxiety kind of, which may lead to become, you know, we cannot be alone, Leja. You cannot be alone, Leja, in this life. At some point, you will need the other people. At some point, you will need the people to share with and to talk to you know, to motivate you, to agree to so many things with, and to exchange. And as we are talking about life experiences, we will also be looking at you exchanging your life. The moment you share your life, the moment I share my life with you, you know, we assist each other, and you find that the burden becomes lighter. As we say, that a problem solved, problem shared is a problem half solved. So you realize that sometimes when you share so many things, the burden is becoming lighter. You've gone to instances whereby, or you've even heard of instances whereby a person shares something, and when they share, they realize, I was not even alone in this. So in fact, my even problem is even lighter than the other person. So I'm encouraged to keep moving. If I thought I was the only person going through this, then I find someone else is going through a deeper thing than myself. So I feel like I'm encouraged. But that comes when you share. If you don't share, then it becomes, you will always be dying with yourself. And of course, as we so much major on depression, there is a statement that we are using nowadays, and we're saying depression is a killer. It may lead to physical death. But much as it doesn't lead to physical death, it is still a killer because it will kill your morale, it will kill your hard work, it will kill your participation, it will kill your sharing, it will kill so many things because death is not only that you're physically dead and we don't see you anymore, but you can be there, but it's like you're dead person. Dead in this sense that I no longer participate. I used to participate, I no longer participate. I used to do hard work, I no longer do it because deep within me, the depression that I've gone through, it has even killed families. Whereby you feel like you have your family, but you don't want to see them. It's a killer because that family, you don't want to see them. Depression has told you, you are not able either to take care of your family, you're not able to talk to your family, you're not able to get concerned with your family. So the next thing is, I don't need the family. I even should not be there. And that's why you find people disappear completely. Others go into now physical death. They commit suicide. You know, those issues are happening, and they are rampant nowadays. Yes, because the society also again has also contributed. So many issues are coming up. So many difficulties in life nowadays are also pushing people to such levels. So you get so much depressed, and then you think like, I'm no longer needed in the society. I'm no longer important. I'm no longer okay. I'm no longer, you know, comfortable with this life. So why should I be here?
Wow.
Let me just go.
Yeah. And you mentioned something about that guy who went to church and I feel ni kama the pastor is not saying anything.
Yes.
There's something I would want to ask you about church and issues mental health, wellness. But before that, there's postmortem. Is it
Postmortem depression.
Yeah, depression. That one that we were talking about it before the show. So does it just happen like boom, umepata mtoi and that's it? Ama is it triggered with some things that you may experience before getting the child? Ama how does it actually happen?
Most likely, we say depression doesn't just come. It's normally contributed to by something, and we call them depressors. So what are these depressors? Sometimes it could be finances. Sometimes it could be even, you know, people are going through domestic violence in their homes, in their families. So there are issues, and in fact, when we advocate for people to go through therapies and through counseling, those are the issues that will maybe be taken through, so that you try to understand in the past what has been the life of this person. So if today I'm depressed, so how is the past? Either the present life or the past life. If you look at it, what has contributed, because it will always be contributed by something. Like, for example, people lose jobs. Then from there, it becomes a problem. It becomes a bother, it becomes a stress, then it will lead into depression. If you look backwards, you will say it was contributed from this person losing a job. Others are into domestic violence. Maybe this person has been through much in their life such that they don't feel like this life is worth. And then it leads into depression. Like you're saying, sometimes maybe a woman is pregnant, but then whatever she goes through in life, when she's pregnant and she's expectant, then it brings depression. Even when she gets the baby, she feels like this baby, it's in, you know, I got this baby in a lot of challenges and a lot of difficulties. If we go back to the Bible again, much as you were saying about the spiritual, you remember there is a woman that gave birth and gave birth to this gentleman, Jacob. Is it Jacob or this?
Jacob.
I can't remember very well. But this lady that she gave birth in pain.
Oh yeah.
I'm forgetting the name, but there's that name. That she bore the child in pain, and she said, because I have born you in pain, so I called you. I can't remember the name, but I will remember the name maybe as we move along. But you see, if you look at that life of that lady, perhaps later on she could look at things and say, because of the way I gave birth to you, I had so many issues, maybe, and she could contribute or attribute that to the depression.
It's Jacob. See, he's the one who later was called Israel.
Israel.
Is it?
I remember there's a
I'm
name.
also not sure.
Look at the way I'm forgetting about the Bible.
But
the way I love the Bible.
Later, Alitwa Israel.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not
was
Jacob.
called Israel.
There's a name
Okay, now hapo kwa church.
Ichabod. It is
Oh,
Ichabod.
wow. I've never heard of that.
Same.
But the Ichabod is to the glory of God has given.
Oh, wow. Now, this part of church,
Yes.
you know, I keep on listening to those mental therapists and people
The
who
counselors, yes.
exactly. And so I was listening to one, and she was talking about how people feel like if you're born again, it's not godly or religious to go to a therapist when you have God. So now that begs this question. Now you're born again and you hoko kwa depression and you're praying nothing is happening. So I was saying, you know, she was actually arguing with this point. At times you attend a church and you know the pastor will tell you it's gonna be okay. But at this point you want you want words that will encourage you. How can, you know, people in the church, please talk to them about now these things are real and they need specialists or something.
Well, it's a very good question because, you know, I say there should be a balance of everything.
Yeah.
yes, we are Christians and we are spiritually anointed, we are spiritually called, we are spiritually chosen. But when we talk about issues of mental health and mental awareness, depression, it's still affecting us, our physical being, it's affecting us. So it's good to balance between things. Whether we are Christians, we should not go overboard on things and start saying that, you know, issues about depression, because me, I'm born again, I cannot be depressed. No longer like that. Because the moment we allow a church not to give a platform where we can talk about real life issues, then that is when we start losing people.
Yeah.
Because we must understand there is a difference between the life that we are living here and there is a spiritual life. And we must balance between the two of them so that we don't go overboard. And, you know, we can become fanatics of everything. And we start saying that, you know, I'm born again. I cannot be depressed. I cannot be stressed.
I don't need to talk to a person.
And of course, you'll hear somebody has, you know, committed suicide, and this person was your member of your church. So why does that person then do that? Is it that they are not spiritually, they are not born again also? Why have they done such? It's because we must allow, and church has also come of age. It's whereby it's now accepting things and, you know, allowing things to be discussed, because there are things that are affecting they are affecting our people. We are human beings, and we say we are men and brethren. We are men and brethren. So sometimes we are in church, we cannot say, because we are in church and because we are Christians, we are born again, issues about mental health, we throw them away. Issues about other real life issues that are affecting the people, we throw them away, because we are Christians. We must balance between. Yes.
But according to what I know is that most Christians are so perverse, they don't expect as for you to open up. And if you think of opening up, they are so judgmental to a point that people don't accept on opening up to your other Christian person. So how can you say about these religious leaders, like helping their members on how to go through with mental illness?
Right. Very, very good question. Because the Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. In fact, the purpose of our show is just to empower. When we empower, it means we are showing people what things are happening and how things are happening. So if we would get platforms, even in our own various churches, whichever churches or whichever denominations that we fellowship in, if we would allow a platform where we can talk about the real life issues. Sometimes we can even get a counselor, we can get an expert, we can get people who are advocating for these things. We come and talk about issues, educate, empower, inform our people within the churches, so that from here we can now empower people. I had an advantage of working with an organization called St. Martin Catholic Social Apostolate in Nyahururu. And we were talking about issues of mental health amongst many other programs. But in this, we are also looking at how can the church, how can we reach out? Because as we were talking about the community, one of the community that we are going for is a church. Because we realize the church has a lot of say and a bigger say in our communities. So we were reaching out to the churches, and the churches would advocate and would give us platforms where we can go and talk, educate, inform, empower people on why we have mental illnesses. And sometimes when you even empower, you will even let people, when they go out there, they would see a person and then say, how can we help this person? Because already they can see that person, they have been empowered, they can understand this person is not okay, and how can we help this person? Because already they have the skills, they have the knowledge, they even have the attitude that they can help that person. But we must allow platforms where our churches, we can educate people and empower. Yes.
Okay, thank you for all that feedback. Like today, our topic is so empowering, and we are going to involve you in all our social media platforms. Don't forget that it is the life experience. Send all your questions and all your comments. As we go for this short commercial short break, please don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is Life Experience, and I am so happy that you have been watching till this point. And I know if you have been keen, you've learned a lot. Mimi, I've actually learned so much. So this is the last segment, and of course unajua huko mwisho ndo kuna kuaga na climax. So be more attentive on this one. And the people who are asking why men are leading in depression cases compared to ladies.
Right. So why men? Right. A very good question, and thank you our viewers for such a question. You know, men, we are wired different from women. And you'll find that perhaps in our society where we have grown in, we've been taught we as men, we are strong people. We take things and hard things and we stick to them.
Yeah.
And perhaps we even when we get stressed up and we get depressed up, we don't want to talk because there's always a feeling back in our mind that when I talk my issues over, then what will the society take me? The people that I'm talking to, how will they take me? What kind of a person will I be portraying myself to them? So you find that a lot of issues will be, you know, weighing me down. I'm dying inside, but out here I'm appearing very nice and very normal. You know, I'm trying to appear hard, appear good, appear normal, appear okay. Unlike ladies, ladies, you're good because you'll meet with your friends, you start a conversation. By the time you realize you have poured out whatever was bothering you, they may help you, they may talk over it, they may joke over it. Sometimes you feel like, the burden that I was feeling, it's a big deal, it has gone. But for men, even when we meet, we will find that you are talking about other issues. And there's also a concern, especially we men, we are not so quick into asking the other men, is everything okay? Are you fine? Is everything all right? Because we are either concerned, how is the politics going on? You know, how is the football?
Mnachagua nani?
Whom are you electing? Such things, but as opposed to getting into life issues where you would ask, but hey, you don't look okay nowadays. Is there anything, a problem? But you see ladies will appear because we also look at ladies, perhaps it could be a weakness maybe, but ladies are reactive, very much reactive. So when you're stressed up, you react very easily. So you may even meet with someone you are angry about them. And that people start saying you're bothered by something, you're stressed up by something. But we men will appear okay. I will come and we laugh, we joke, you know, we pray aloud. But when I go home is when I'm thinking now things are not okay on my side. I'm like this, I'm pressed and hard pressed, so down. But outward, I'm appearing okay. Inside, I'm dying. And that's why you will find that a lot of men are being affected by depression than ladies. Because we will die with our problems. We will die with our issues because we don't want to talk. Or perhaps we even don't find good people that we can rely on, that when I talk my issues, you can take them positively. Try to look for remedies or try to look for ways on where you can help me. Try to look for issues that you can try to help me with. Maybe I lack such a person, or maybe we lack such people, even in our society. But for ladies, sometimes you're not so much concerned whether this person will help me or not. But you'll bump into someone, you'll talk over issues.
That's true.
By the time you realize when you're going home, the burden is lighter than it was. And maybe you'll find the other person is even having more issues than you. So you find like my problem was, I'm even okay. If that is what you're going through, then you're better. I'm better off than you. So I'm okay. But for men, we don't openly talk. We would rather talk about other issues. Not unless you reach a point where you feel like you're not okay. Is everything okay? And as I said earlier on, sometimes you are asked, how is everything? And you would say, I'm okay. Everything is fine. It's fine. Family is okay. It's okay. It's good. Everything is perfect and good. But deep down, it's not good. It's not okay. So, but are we having such platforms where we can reach out to people? And even as I said also earlier, that we also can try to help by reaching out to a problem, to a person and get to know what the problem that they are going through. Sometimes you can even make an impromptu visit to someone and get to see them in their real them and see the surrounding, the environment they are in. It will tell you. You know, we say words, pictures speak 1,000 words. So when you see the picture of that person in their homes, you can tell whatever they are going through,
sure.
whether they are okay or not okay. Yes.
Something else connected to that, there's also someone who is asking, are older people at a risk of experiencing depression than the young people?
Well, I could say yes, in this sense that older people, they have a lot to think about.
Yeah.
As we said, that depression will start from something, or from somewhere. Perhaps you get an issue that you're concerned too much about.
Yeah.
Then by the time you solve that one, there's another one that comes. By the time you realize this one, there's another one that comes. So you'll find that our older people, our fathers and our mothers, they have a lot of things that they are getting concerned with. Sometimes it's not their will to get depressed, but they will because they have issues. They have children, they have families, they have businesses, they have other matters, they have other issues like than we young men. We young men, sometimes you're only thinking about a few things, and sometimes you even getting bothered too much with your friends. Sometimes you don't even remember you have issues, because when you interjoin and you this social life. I keep saying social media, sometimes it becomes like it's another family. People run away to social media. So that's why you'll be posting things, you'll be enjoying things. Perhaps our older people don't have that time for those funny jokes in our social media, but we will run into those jokes. By the time you realize, you even forgot what issues you are going through. But for them, they have other concerns. They may not have that time for jokes. They may not have that time for funny things. But for us, we're young men and women, we will go into social media. We have jokes. We will meet with our young people. We joke around. We make fun. And sometimes you will go through issues in life. When you tell your young people, fellow young people, they'll take it like a joke. So they start making fun out of it. So by the time you realize, it was even it was not a big problem. But older people, they will not take it as a joke. They will take it as a serious matter. Yes. So they may be getting so much depressed. Yes.
Okay. And as we wind up, because of time, and so about depression, since we're talking about depression, we must come up with a solution on how we are going to overcome it. Is mental illness and depression advisable to be treated naturally or medical-wise?
It can be both. I'm looking at naturally is where if we accept our situations, we can naturally, without going to medicines and in the medical field, we can naturally solve our issues if we all open up. If we get platforms whereby we can talk our issues out, we can raise our issues out, we can have our concerns being handled, and of course with respect. I say people who are going through depression, they need a lot of respect. Even when you're handling them, you handle them with a lot of respect, because this person is in a state of mind. As they are going through that state of mind, they need to be shown that they're still respectable within the society or within wherever environments that we are in with them. So we can treat it either naturally by ensuring that we're making life simpler, and all those depressors, we try to avoid them, issues that we may go through in life. Other than that, it can also, if it goes deeper, it can be treated through medical. Maybe sometimes people get drugs that will cool down their tempers, cool down their moods, or raise their moods. And also counseling, therapy. Therapy is very important. In fact, therapy is very key to anything, because it will start bringing you back to your life. Because it's like this person is away from their life. They are away from whatever life they are supposed to be living. But then you want to bring them back into their normal life or their normal self. Show them they are the people who can, get concerned within the society. And they are people who are equal to so many things that are in the society today. Yes. So
Speaking, okay. Speaking of therapy, someone is asking, is therapy a guarantee that you can go to get you out of depression?
I would say yes. And add this condition that if you accept.
Wow.
Because as we said earlier on, that healing, for any healing to happen, whether it is healing of your physical body or healing of your mental illnesses or problems, you must accept. And you'll find that many instances where even people have been taken to therapies, they must accept that they are in a condition and they want to get out of that condition. That's acceptance, that I am not okay and I need help. So that way, you will start healing. And it is true. You know, you will start appreciating the therapy sessions that you go through. Just like in all other issues that we go through, whatever therapies or whatever counseling sessions that you go through, you must accept.
Yeah.
Once you accept, then you are on your way to your recovery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
As we have come to the end of our show, we have really learned a lot. And the topic is so wide that, such that we can't finish today.
Yeah.
And because of time, let's meet next time on Friday. And Mr. Marwa, may you give our viewers your social media platforms?
My social media platform is Joseph Waithaka Marwa. That's on Facebook. Then YouTube is still Joseph Waithaka Marwa. And Twitter is still Joseph Waithaka Marwa. In fact, all my social medias are Joseph Waithaka Marwa. So look for there, for my names there, and you'll get whatever views that we have there. Before maybe we move out, I would still want to appreciate this show and appreciate every one of us, the host, my hosts, and every one of us, that our camera people and our camera gentlemen there. Thank you so very much for that. And most importantly, I would want to say thank you to our organization, St. Martin Catholic Social Apostolate, where I worked, and it gave me a lot of insights into these issues, and that's why I have become an advocate of this mental health. So I owe them a lot, and I appreciate their work.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, you people, I've learned a lot, and one of the highlights is keep on checking on each other. You know, people commit suicide and you end up telling them, "Mbona hakusema?" But did you even care asking them what's happening, you know? So keep on checking on people. And at first, you know, these people won't tell you. But when you persist, you might start getting some hints, joining the dots. I've really learned a lot, and I hope you have also learned a lot. If you have missed out this live, you can still catch the show on YouTube, and that is Life Experience. And let us know what you think about in the comment section. My name is Sonny Mboro. See you next time.
My name is Lineto Agacha. Next time.
Thank you.